Did you know this about Stockholm, the capital of Sweden? The name comes from an old word meaning log islet or log island. There's no real etymology for this, but the closest thing we have to explain the name is a legend that connects to the formation of Stockholm. The legend goes that in the 1600s there was a Viking settlement called Berga. The Vikings living here wanted to create a new settlement, but they didn't know where to put it. So they tied gold to a log and set it floating down Lake Malaren, and where it would land would be where the new settlement would be. It ended up landing in modern-day Riddarholmen, which is the area of Stockholm where some of the oldest buildings are today, such as Burger Jarl Tower and the Franciscan Church of Riddarholmen, which is a 12th century church and one of the oldest ones in all of Stockholm. So the reason that we have the name today is because of the fact that a log floating down an islet and floating down to different islands is what got us Stockholm. So log islet is likely the reason we have Stockholm as the name. And now for some facts about Stockholm. The city actually has a 99% waste recycling rate because of the very deeply environmentally conscious culture that comes from the people here. Also, one of the most common dishes served here and in Greater Sweden is Swedish meatballs, gravy, potatoes, and lingonberry jam. Together, that becomes a very common Swedish dish, which you can get a fake version of at like IKEA, and when I was in Stockholm, you could get all over the place as a traditional Swedish dish. The people of Sweden, the Swedes, have one of the highest life expectancies in all of Europe, which means that the capital, Stockholm, is one of the highest life expectancies of any capital across Europe. Also, Stockholm is the largest city in any Nordic country. It has a population of just about 1 million people, and the greater area, known as Stockholm County, has about 2.5 million people living within it, making it much larger than Oslo, Copenhagen, or any of the other cities that make up the Nordic countries. If you want to learn about how Stockholm got to this place, learn about what it's like to travel here, and do all sorts of things like that, I covered a full video on the history and travel of Stockholm here, and made a podcast about the entire history of it in Young History. So if you want to go check both of those out, they're on the channel, and the link is also in my bio. Thank you.